This is Eternity Update, where all information concerning the UAAG disbursement is being given. If you're new on this channel, kindly subscribe and click the notification bell so when next we give a very vital and important update, you'll be kindly notified. Don't forget to always follow up this page because it is necessary if you want to get every information concerning the Theobarth, the IMF and the UAAG. Kindly subscribe. Thank you. Do have a wonderful and blessed day.
Now this at this critical stage, this actually goes to the coordinators, the NGOs, the cluster heads, stakeholders, and all expectant beneficiaries, knowing that at this very critical stage of expectation, when the disbursement of this long-awaited intervention fund draws very near, it quite becomes necessary to call on all stakeholders, the cluster heads, the coordinators, and the governing bodies to order. The atmosphere right now is charged with a lot of hopes and prayers and heightened anticipation. Beneficiaries across states, regions have held on through the seasons of delay and also trusting the process over time, believing in divine providences and relying on the integrity of those placed in leadership positions within the distribution hierarchy. And this is why the present moment demands sobriety. The present moment it demands a discipline. It also demands absolute faithfulness from those at the echelon. Every person that is entrusted with responsibility must understand that what lies ahead is quite bigger than personal interest. The funds that are coming are not just figures in a bank account. They represent destinies of people, family upliftment. They represent economic revival and the faithfulness of people that have stayed over time, the fulfillment of promises made over years. And to handle this carelessly, or worse, selfishly, it is to cut both human dishonor and divine judgment. You are sending this to divine court. So from every official clarification so far that we have received, disbursement is going to be beginning with the stakeholders, who serves as the first channel. Then from stakeholders, the funds are pushed to recognize NGOs, who then work with the state coordinators and cluster heads until they finally reach the beneficiaries, who are the very subscribers whose sacrifices and patience over time have carried this project forward. Now, this chain of distribution is sacred. It's not just an administrative arrangement, it's a divine order of stewardship. I see it as that. And a steward is someone who is serving and should ensure that he serves well because he has responsibility to do so. Now, breaking it by inserting unnecessary bottlenecks and creating some artificial delays or diverting funds midway is a direct violation of the trust of thousands of subscribers. And even more importantly, is an affront to God, who has revealed stern warnings regarding greed and betrayals. Don't forget. Experience has shown that at moments like this, some leaders attempt to be smarter than the system. They try as much as possible to short pay those that are under them, removing a portion of what rightfully belongs to beneficiaries and delivering only fragments to them. Others may use what we call delay tactics also, claiming technical issues or some unnecessary bureaucratic processes. Why they want to quietly profit themselves from the funds meant for the masses, let it be stated unequivocally that no short pay must be tolerated. No, not in any wink. No cluster heads, no coordinator, no NGO leader has the moral right to reduce or tamper with the allocations of those under their charge. What belongs to the beneficiaries must reach them in full, not in shredded pieces. Any cutting of corners is not only unjust, but will ultimately bring to you shame, exposures, and severe consequences, both spiritually and socially. And leaders must remember that this fund is not theirs to play with. They are mere custodians who are temporarily entrusted with the responsibility of ensuring that disbursement flows smoothly. So to betray that trust is to stand guilty before God and before the people. I remember that weeks ago, a revelation was shared on this very platform, warning leaders and coordinators about the grave danger awaiting anyone who mishandles these funds. If you can't remember, go through all the voice note here that was dropped, please. You're going to get it. It was so stern. Revelation was not ordinary. It was a direct caution from above. And this made clear that those who allow greed, selfishness, or corruption to guide their actions, they will not escape judgment. They will not escape judgment. It was so stern. Warning before judgment. This is not a kind of judgment that comes only from public outrage or legal punishment to the people. It is deeper than that. This involves divine retribution that is going to touch not only the person, but can extend to their households and their generations. History and scripture are filled with examples that is meant for the people. Yes. History, the scriptures, is too filled with examples of leaders also who mishandled resources that are meant for the people and reaped bitter consequences afterwards. So let no one test God in this matter. This is an ecosystem that is spiritual. It's a spiritual ecosystem. The message is simple. Be faithful. Be transparent. Be godly. Handle this coming disbursement with the fear of God. And this is the moment for every state coordinators, the cluster heads, and NGO leaders to prove what kind of leader they truly are. Titles are not for decorations. They come with responsibilities. Many beneficiaries have never even seen the stakeholders or national leaders. They don't even know how they look alike or how they appear. Their only contact is with local coordinators and NGOs. To them, you are the face of this entire intervention. The way you handle their funds will either build their trust in the system or destroy it forever and ever. You could imagine a widow, a struggling student, a family man who has held on with faith over time, waiting for this very funds to restart their lives. How would it feel if after all the anticipation, what they receive is short of what was promised, just because someone along the chain decided to be greedy? Such an action not only damages reputation, it crushes human spirits. No true leader in time should want to be remembered that way. Instead, choose to be remembered as the leader who delivered faithfully, who handled over every kobo without tampering, who stood as a channel of blessing, and who feared God enough to resist selfish temptations to becloud their generations. The strength of this program lies in the smoothness of its flow. Stakeholders have done their part by pushing the funds to the NGO when the time comes. The NGOs would have to do their part by pushing to state coordinators, and coordinators must push to clusters, and clusters must release to beneficiaries. If everyone plays their role rightfully and faithfully, the process will be seamless, and within days, lives will be transformed nationwide. But if one person chooses to block the flow, or delay it for selfish gains, or tamper with it, the entire ecosystem suffers. And this is why accountability is very crucial. Leaders, you have to work with transparency. Keep open communication with your teams, and also ensure that every movement of funds is traceable. Stakeholders, you must set the tone. These are the first recipients, and as such, they must demonstrate the highest level of discipline and commitment. If stakeholders fail in integrity, the whole structure collapses. But if they remain faithful, they also set a standard for everyone under them. Stakeholders must ensure that the NGOs under you are properly briefed. They are equipped and supervised to prevent misuse or mismanagement of funds. And at this point, everyone must realize that the spotlight of accountability is shining brighter than ever on every single individual. To prevent stories and confusions, leaders must embrace clear accountability. Every transaction should be documented, every disbursement recorded, and every beneficiary must be confirmed. In this way, no one can later claim ignorance or attempt to hide behind shadows. Transparency is the antidote to corruption. Cluster heads and coordinators must not handle funds in secrecy. Beneficiaries should know exactly what they are due, and they should be empowered to confirm once they have received their rightful shares. This is a divine assignment, and beyond all human arrangements, this intervention fund is a divine assignment. It is part of a bigger plan to restore dignity back, to empower communities, and to revive hope. Handling it with dishonesty is not merely an administrative failure, it is a spiritual betrayal. God has chosen to bless His people through this program, and He is watching closely on how His appointed custodians are going to handle it. Leaders must therefore walk in reverence, knowing that they are answerable not only to stakeholders and beneficiaries, but to God Himself. On a final warning, this message is not to incite fear, but to emphasize responsibility. No one, and I repeat, no one should ever say they were not warned. The revelation was clear. Greedy leaders will face grave consequences. The community has been patient long enough, and the time of fulfillment is here for them. Let no one attempt to defraud or delay beneficiaries, whatsoever wing you are representing. To all coordinators, cluster heads, NGOs, and stakeholders, you have been given a rare privilege to serve. Do it faithfully. Handle the funds with clean hands. Deliver to every subscriber exactly what is due to them. Refuse to be part of stories of greed or dishonor. The coming days will definitely define legacies. Some will be remembered as faithful leaders, stewards who channeled blessings to thousands, while others may be exposed as greedy individuals who betrayed trust and to face grave consequences. The choice is yours. Let His disbursement be smooth. Let it be transparent and God-honoring. Let the funds flow from stakeholders to NGOs, from NGOs to coordinators, and from coordinators to beneficiaries. without hindrance, without tampering, without selfishness. If everyone plays their path, history will remember this season as the turning point when destinies were lifted, families were restored, and communities were empowered. But if anyone chooses greed over service, history will remember them for their downfalls. Therefore, the call is clear. Read my lips. The call is clear. Be faithful. Be godly. And let the funds flow as ordained. This is Prince's Seek Channel. We are for the masses. We are raised for such a time as this. For destinies, for families, for future, for alignment of these individuals who are helpless, suffering over time. But if their time has finally arrived, read my lips again. No locomotive, no devil, no fraudster, no scammers can stop them. None of them can stand on their path, because you know why? God knows how to shift them. I rest my case. I rest my case. In case you're new, do kindly subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss out on vital updates. We are serious here. We are no jokers. Thank you very much. I wish you a very nice day.